is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called In the Absence of Christmas by Charlie McDonnell. And we're going to actually talk about two different ways to play it. One to kind of just play it without the capo, and another way to play it with the capo and kind of match the ukulele sound a little bit more. But we're going to start on an E minor chord, and the way you play E minor, first finger is going to go to the A string on the second fret, second finger is going to go to the D string on the second fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds like E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And on the intro, we're actually kind of going from E minor to something called E minor 7. When the way you play E minor 7, we're just going to take the pinky and kind of add him in on the B string on the third fret, and that sounds like E minor 7 chord. So I got first finger on the A string second, second on the D string second, pinky on the B string on the third fret, and that sounds E minor 7. And then from the E minor 7, we're going to go back to E minor, and then we go to a C major chord. The way you play C major, first finger is going to go to the B string on the first fret, the second finger is going to stay on the D string second, third finger is going to go to the A string on the third fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the C major chord, we're going to go to a D major chord, and the way you play D major, first finger is going to go to the G string on the second fret, the second finger is going to go to the high E on the second fret, and third finger is going to go to the B string on the third fret. And if you strum D, G, B, and E, kind of the skinny four strings, that'll get you your clear sound with that, and that's called D major. And then we're going to go back to C major, and then back to E minor, and then C major, and then D major, and then back to C major for our intro. Now what it kind of sounds like that Charlie's doing actually is just downs. So there's actually this really cool hit between the E minor and the E minor 7 at the very beginning where you do 7 downs on the E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you add in the E minor for 1, and then another shift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a total of 8 on the E minor 7. I know that's weird. It's like how you're feeling it. So E minor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. E minor 7. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And then we do a whole E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. D 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. C 1. All downstrokes. One other thing you may want to think about adding, and this is just a me thing, but you could take the flat of your right hand and kind of lay it down on top of the saddle with that, and kind of get a muted quality with it, which might be kind of fun to play around with. C 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then from there, we're going to be going into our verse. Now, for myself, though, a lot of times, instead of doing just those downs, a lot of times I like using something called a strum pattern, which is a little bit different than just the down kind of feel. But you really could work it with just those downs through most of the tune, actually. But one of my favorite 4/4 strum patterns is down, down, up, down, up. And if you just took the E minor and just tried that a lot, you have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. For myself, sometimes it's a little bit easier to kind of do singing with just kind of that pattern. And so we tried that through the intro. The weird thing is you can make that E minor change on that, E minor 7 change on that very last upstroke. So you'd have E minor with a down, down, up, down, and then E minor 7 for the up, and then a down, down, up, and then down, and then you lift back off of the E minor for the up. So that's a little weird. So you got E minor down, down, up, down, E minor 7 on the up, down, down, up, down, E minor on the up, and then down, down, up, down, C down, down, up, down, D down, down, up, down, C down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, down, C down, down, up, down, D down, down, up, down, C down, down, up, down, up. It's just another option as far as strumming goes. And then from there, we go into our verse where we're kind of repeating that E minor C D C change. So we tried that with just the downs one time. We had E minor with down, 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 C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, D 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops. Oh. Is there really A minor in there too? I don't think there is. I think I just wrote it in right. Yeah, that should be a C. Okay. Just checking. Alright. So then if we tried that with those downs, we have E minor down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or we could do it with our strum pattern. So we have E minor down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, up. And then we'd be repeating that until we get to our chorus. And our chorus, we start on a C major, and then we go to D major, but then we go to a G major chord. And when we play G major, first finger is going to go to the A string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E on the 3rd fret, and third finger on the high E on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And it sounds like there's kind of a really cool, quick change from the G major to the D major in that chorus part. And then we're going back to C major, and then we do another C major, D major, and then E minor, and then kind of add back in the E minor 7. So we tried our chorus. The weird part is where we hit that G-D change, and actually on that change we could just do 4 downs instead of the 8 because they happen a little bit quicker. So our chorus with the downstrokes, we'd have C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, E minor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, E minor 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or if we try it with the strumming, the weird part is where we hit that G-D, we just do down, down up on each one. So we tried it that way, we'd have C, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, D, down, down, C, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, down, E minor 7, down, down, up, down, up. So that would be another way you could kind of work it. Now there's another version of the D chord if you want to kind of get this really cool little bass thing kind of going on, where on that G-D change you could, instead of doing regular D, you could do something called D/F sharp. And then when you play D/F sharp, first finger is going to go to the low E string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, third finger on the high E on the 2nd fret, the pinky on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds something called D/F sharp. So it's a D chord but with the F sharp in the bass. And you may want to think about using that chord. Another way to play that chord actually would be doing the regular D that we were doing and then taking the thumb and going over the low E on the 2nd fret. More of a blues kind of technique. But if we tried it that way, and when you get to that change, you'd have G, 2, 3, 4, D/F sharp, 2, 3, 4, kind of bringing out the bass note more. So we tried it that way with our strum pattern. Then we have C, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, G, down, D/F sharp, down, down, C, down, up, down, C, down, up, down, D, down, 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 E minor, down, up, down, E minor 7, down, up, down, up. And then we'd be going back into our verse part. And so if we try that with just the downs, we have the E minor 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, E minor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, E minor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then there's this really cool little tag at the very end where we end up having a C and a D. So we have E minor 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To kind of lead into our bridge part. And then if we try that second verse with our strum pattern, we have E minor, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, E minor, down, 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 C, down, 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 D, down, 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 C, down, 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 E minor, down, 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 C, down, 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 D, down, 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 C, down, down, D, down, down, C, down, 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 C, into our bridge, we're just kind of mixing up a lot of those things we were talking about. So with the bridge, if we were doing it with the downs, we'd have C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, D 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G 1, 2, 3, 4, D slash F sharp, C, C, 4, 5, 6, 7, D 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, minor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A minor 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, D 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G 1, 2, 3, 4, D 1, 2, 3, C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got a big hit on C, and then kind of a hit to a C with a D. And then from there, then we go into our outro, and on our outro we got the E minor 7, the E minor with kind of a down kill it. At the very end, so I'm kind of doing it down with the right hand and kind of taking my right hand and just throwing it on the strings to kill it. But then if we tried our bridge with our strum pattern, then we have C down, up, down, D down, down, G down, down, slash F down, down, C down, up, down, C down, 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 D down, up, down, E minor down, up, down, E minor 7 down, down, C down, up, down, D down, up, down, G down, down, slash F down, down, C down, up, down, big C, big D. And then we'd be going into our outro. So if we tried our outro with our strum pattern, we have the E minor down, up, down, E minor 7 down, up, down, E minor down, kill it. So that would be one way to play it. Now, a lot of these chords, though, you can play higher up on the guitar with different chord shapes. And this kind of goes into another way of playing it where you would capo on 7th fret. And so now, actually, instead of starting on an E minor chord, we'd be starting on an A minor chord. And we'll work this in root position a little bit just to kind of go over the chords, and then we'll capo it up and then try it. And this can sound a little bit more like the ukulele part that Charlie's playing. So the way you play A minor is first finger is going to go to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger is going to go to the D string on the 2nd fret, and third finger on the G string on the 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds like A minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And instead of an E minor 7, we'd be playing an A minor 7 if we capo on 7th fret to play the same chord. And one way to play A minor 7 is to take the pinky from where you are and go to the high E on the 3rd fret. So now we got first finger on the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the D 2nd, third finger on the G 2nd, pinky on the high E string on the 3rd fret for the A minor 7. And then from the A minor, if we're doing it this way, we're going to go to an F major chord. One way to play an F major chord, and we'll talk about an easier way to do this in a moment, is to take your first finger and do a bar across the entire 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd, third finger on the A string 3rd, and the pinky on the D string 3rd. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an F major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. But if you're just starting out, or you just want to avoid the bar chords, instead of doing the full bar F, you can actually substitute in something called F major 7. And the way you play F major 7, first finger is going to go to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, and third finger on the D string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum just the D, G, B, and E, kind of the skinny 4 strings, that sounds like F major 7, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from that A minor 7, and that F major, we can actually kind of capo up on 7th fret and play a lot of the same chords, just a different way. So if you take your capo and kind of put it up on 7th fret, then now your A minor is like the E minor, the A minor 7 is like the E minor 7, and then the F is like your C chord, the G major is like your D chord, and a C major chord is like your G major chord was. So I know that's slightly confusing, so we're just going to be thinking about these chords. So you can kind of work that same down lick, but now with the A minor. So if we're doing the downs through the intro, you'd have A minor with the down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A minor 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we go to F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, K, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then if we try to reverse that way, that first verse we kind of have some stop times actually. We didn't really talk about that with the other version, but we got A minor, F with a down, G with a down, F with a down, and then we kind of pick it back up on those downs. So we got A minor down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just hits 2. You'd have F with a down, G with a down, and now we'd be having the C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A minor 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we'd be on our second verse. So we got our A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, Going into our chorus part, but when we're on our chorus, we'd have F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A minor 7, G, and then we're back to the A minor, and, oh, and then we'd be on our bridge part. So we got our F, G, C, G, F, G, C, G, big G hit, and then we'd be going into our outro. So we got our A minor 7, A minor down, kill it. Well, that's the basics of how you could strum through In the Absence of Christmas by Charlie McDonnell. So good luck!